Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Zebo Nation Plays the FM Scout Academy Challenge with FC Dallas. And, we got some not so good news. We got some bad news, really. The Champions League Group A has been decided already, with 2 games left to go. Dallas FC and Comunicaciones, we have been eliminated. Because Toronto FC has 3 wins already, and we each have 0 wins, so this is not good. Yeah, we've been officially eliminated. Got the email a couple days ago saying you're out. So we're just going to have to play out these last 2 games in a string, for no real reason. So probably won't show you the final game, but I'll show you this game. We're going to play Comunicaciones in our second leg here down there in Argentina, right? No, Guatemala. Yeah, so we're going to finish that out, and then we're going to focus on the end of the MLS regular season, and it's really, we've really screwed it up. There's no other way to say it. Our team is just fading at the end here. Injuries and just poor play have done us in. Take a look at the schedule here. We've still got this gigantic winless streak going on here in the MLS. They draw and a loss in the Champions League to boot. Now, we did get a little bit healthy. There was some kind of international break over the last 3 weeks, and so I scheduled some friendlies, and we beat up on some local minor league teams. OKC Energy, our affiliate club, Rayo OKC, and San Antonio FC. I'd forgotten about San Antonio. I didn't think there were any other Texas teams, but there they are, San Antonio. I think they're Division 2 team. Anyway, Division 2, whatever. Yeah, so hopefully that gives us a little bit of momentum going into this final stretch. You can see here in the competitions, we're all the way down in 5th place in the Western Conference. Before, we had been holding on to 2nd place miraculously somehow, just getting a point at a turn, with all those draws we've been having. But finally, the other teams in the Western Conference got going. They got their act together. So after 29 games, we've got 40 points. 7 points back of Seattle. It's going to be very tough to catch them for 2nd place. Houston has run away with 55 points in the Western Conference. Supporters' Shield is still up for grabs. Orlando City, Toronto FC, Houston, all with above 50 points. They're all racing for the trophy there. Meanwhile, we're down here in 11th. Now, we are supposed to finish top half according to our board, and right now we're just barely holding on to that with our fingernails. So hopefully we can improve our record and go forward. But if you look at our schedule, it's going to be difficult. We have 4 straight away games to finish off the MLS season before another Champions League game, and then our final home game against Seattle, of all people. So there is a bit of a rivalry between Dallas and Seattle, usually because it comes down to the final week of the regular season for these 2 teams fighting for playoff position, and they've been battling each other in the playoffs for the last couple of seasons as well. Like last season in the real MLS, Seattle knocked out Dallas, and then I think the season before, Dallas knocked out Seattle. So they've got a bit of a Western Conference rivalry with Seattle, and so it'll all come down to this final game here. I don't think we're going to have to go on a run. We're going to have to win these 4 straight games away to even make that final game with Seattle meaningful. But if we could, it'll be an interesting little rivalry game there. But in the meantime, let's see what else we got going on here roster-wise. We got Zimmerman back. It's very good, very helpful. He's definitely our best defender left on the team. Still one of the better defenders in the Western Conference. But the Coy Craft experiment has ended with an injury, of course. 7 to 9 weeks he's out. So we've had nothing but just long-term injuries. this season. It's been pretty ridiculous. Who else is out? Quintanilla is suspended again. This guy he's out of control for a young player. He's just fouling everybody. So I don't know if we can play him this season for the rest of the season if he's just going to get yellow card after yellow card after yellow card. So we brought Mark Thompson back from loan, but he's not registered for the Champions League, so he can't play in the Champions League. We also brought out Ed Barker, another one of our academy players, but he's also not registered for the Champions League, so he can't play. But we did get who did we get back? We got back Velasquez at the advanced playmaker. He is registered for the Champions League, but he is not registered for MLS because we've got him on season-ending injury. I think we put him on the season-ending injury like 2 months ago, and I didn't expect him to heal this quickly. I guess our doctor worked some miracles, but it doesn't matter because he's season-ending injury list, so he ain't coming back this season. So Champions League is the only time we'll be able to play him unless we schedule another friendly. So with this match against Comunicaciones, we're just going to try to work on some fitness, get some of our guys back healthy and playing well. All right, they might be going with this formation, the happy face formation. I don't know about that, but we'll see. Last time they switched it up on us. We're going to continue with the diamond formation. It's the formation for us. Let's see. There was somebody else I brought back from loan also. Jamie Lish, striker, left-footed, speedster, 15 pace, 15 finishing. He's been getting better out on loan, but I think his loan season had ended, so his stats started dropping. So I brought him back from loan in the last week of the season. The final registration for MLS is ended. It's passed, so I can't bring up anybody else for the rest of the season. So I decided to take a few guys off loan whose their loan seasons were ending, I guess. One problem I have playing an MLS team and sending guys out on loan is that the lower divisions in the U.S., you can't see what their schedules are. They've got these phantom schedules. So I think the way it works is that the first half of the season, the third division teams play, but the second division teams don't. And the second division teams don't play until like the second half of the MLS season. So it's kind of weird to tell when your guys are playing and when they're not, because if you look at the teams that they're loaned out to, they don't have a schedule, so you can't see. They've got this weird phantom schedule. But your guys are getting playing time, so I guess it's just sort of randomly generated. I don't know how that works. But it just makes it a little bit difficult if you have to loan players out in North America, because you never know when they're playing or when they're not playing. You just have to look at them and see what games they've played. Like Josh Donatelli here, we can look at his history and see that out on loan for New York Red Bulls 2, he's played 32 appearances, I guess. But if you look at the Red Bulls schedule, apparently they've only played 3 games back in February. So, it's just, you can't tell. You can't tell. So anyway, I brought those guys back, and let's go for the Champions League. Do I want to play Akindele, or do I want to play Akindele in Washington? I don't know that I do. I think I would have liked to play Lish, but he's not an option. So we're going to play Bonner. He had a good game in our friendlies. Play him up there, target man, that's fine. And then I guess we'll go with Akindele over Alcantara. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. All right. Let's go. Akindele also had a couple of goals in our friendlies. This is very good for him. Building confidence is always good at this time of the season, especially when we're playing so poorly in the MLS. Maybe this run of victories we had in our friendlies will help boost the morale. Had to have. I hate that phrase. Anyway, I had a team meeting, and the guys reacted well to it. but we're going to see if that carries over to the rest of the season. Uh-oh, we got a deviously indifferent reporter here from ESPN FC. What's with these ESPN FC guys? They never like us. All right. You've chosen to leave Washington out of your starting 11 and replace him with somebody else. Are you therefore not quite as interested in this competition? Well, we're already out of this competition. So we've got our sights. I don't want to say that. It's a long season. Rotation is necessary. I'll just lie to his face. His fat, devious face. All right, let's do our thing. There. Oh, see, they switched. They switched to the... Now, I keep forgetting. Is this the Burning Man formation with the defensive midfielder? Or is it the Burning Man formation with the advanced midfielder? I forget my own nomenclature here. So I'm just going to have to pick one and go with it and like write it down in my diary or something. I don't know. Here we go. That's a nice little stadium. You know, I saw those new MLS stadiums. They are pretty cool. New stadiums in Orlando and in Atlanta when it gets finished. I didn't know this, but they're going to share their stadium with the Atlanta Falcons, the NFL football team. I didn't realize that. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work because the two seasons overlap a little bit. You know, because the MLS season is basically all dang year. You know, it starts March and doesn't end until December, you know, for the MLS Cup. If you make it that far, that's just crazy. That's a long dang season. Here we go, the Steel Akindele on the run up to Acosta. Let's see if we can... Look at all those guys moving forward. What a pass. Cole can't finish it. Working on Cole's finishing. I promise you I'm working on his finishing. But it's just not happening. Just not yet. It's a slow process. So, speaking of Acosta, who was leading that break, he's had some interesting news. You know, he made some appearances for the U.S. national team. And it looks like he's going to be playing a little bit bigger role. He started off the MLS season with 2 goals in his first game, which is pretty crazy, playing box-to-box midfielder, basically, for FC Dallas. So they're looking at maybe giving him that position for the U.S. national team, even though they've got a lot of players already in that role. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Bonner almost scores. Akindele back to Cole, back to Bonner. No, ouch! He gets crushed. There's a foul. All right, let's see who's taking the free kick or the penalty kick here. Is this Akindele? Or who? Doesn't look like Akindele. I always forget who I sign up for this. Uloa. Okay. That was easy. Goalkeeper barely moved. I mean, it's not like he was going to stop that shot anyway. That was basically a perfect shot. Can't get much better than that. Upper corner with some velocity. There it is. Bam. Uloa, the man, the myth, the legend, puts us up 1-0 over Comunicaciones. Perez with a free kick. Ouch, Icute? Is that his name? Icute? That's probably not how you pronounce that at all. But he ties the game up with off a set piece here. Perez. Our defense is sort of standing around. Bowl knocks it to Icute. Repete. Vasquez now leading the charge. We're just going back and forth with these highlights. Bonner out to Acosta. There's our man we were just talking about. Akindele, how could you aimed it right at the goalkeeper? You just aim it to the other side of the goal where there is no person and you score. Alright, our set pieces are still garbage, so that's good to know. But yeah, back to Acosta. One thing I think they're pretty sure is that he's not going to play fullback for the U.S. team, even though he's played there before. People are saying that that was sort of a previous coach's decision, and that he's a much better midfielder than he is a fullback, or at least his talents are wasted at fullback as opposed to midfield, where he can get more involved. Here's Akindele. Let's score this time. He used to be so accurate. He used to score. I don't know what his deal is. Ever since the injury, he's just been off. He's only got 2 or 3 goals this season, where he had, double digits last season. That was the worst throw-in I've ever seen in my life. Good job. Straight to the other team, but they give it away easily to Zimmerman. Let him calm things down. Searle is back from injury, another one of our injuries, so hopefully we're getting healthy. If nothing else, this 4-week stretch without an MLS game has helped us get healthy. And hopefully that does something for us. Searle with the long shot. Long shots are not really the forte of this team at all. Working the ball into the box is really what we're all about. Gardner's an accomplished crosser. Okay, we'll close down on Gardner. That's reasonable. Ulloa, let's see what we can do. Velasquez. I really do miss Velasquez in the midfield. He knows how to calm things down and make good passes. The advanced midfielder is really what makes this diamond formation viable offensively. Without him, it's up to your fullbacks to make plays, and it seems to me that FM17 has nerfed fullbacks to the extreme as opposed to FM16 where they were overpowered to the extreme. So I don't know how we're doing with that. I heard people having problems with the latest update. I haven't experienced anything. But it's not like I mess with the database much at all. Ooh, we're going to get caught on the counterattack here. It's Gill to Bowl. This is no good. All right. Ooh, we got Gonzalez in goal. I didn't realize that. I had been playing our other goalkeeper, whose name escapes me at the moment. But yeah, I guess we'll keep Gonzalez in to get make sure he stays fit for the next MLS game. Here's Acosta again making a play. Cole, we should play a little wider, I think. They're definitely trying to hit us on the counter attack, which is something they didn't do in the first game, but it didn't really pay off for them there. Now we're going to do the old double counter attack. Ooh, couldn't get the ball to Akindele. We have our central defenders, set to stay back, so it should be more difficult to catch us in the counter attack. And we have our defensive midfielder back there as well. Cole, that's a goal. Oh, that's not a goal. I thought for sure he was going to get that to Bonner, but nope. That was almost an own goal. But here we go. Ulloa, again. Terrible, terrible set plays. Just the way we like it. Van de Castile was very excited to play in the Cup for some reason. I promised him he could play Cup matches, and I don't know why he was real excited about that, but he was. So he's getting the start. Here's Cole. Got a lot of space in front of him. Decides to pass it. See if they get it back out wide. Yep, thanks for the assist there, Rojas. We're just playing sloppy here. Let's give them a pep talk and tell them to concentrate. How about that? That sounds like a good idea. Assertively concentrate. Let's, make some good decisions out there, especially our fullbacks. It's Acosta to Akindele. Ooh, good save by Cabrera. We're definitely getting all the chances. There's no doubt about that. They got the one set piece goal. But we need to capitalize on some of these. Bonner chasing the ball down. See if we can reset the offense. Nope, Cole's just going to fire it downfield. Good job. Didn't want to see that highlight anyway. Perez with the free kick. That would be just salt in the wounds if they start scoring free kick. Although I will admit that we did have a free kick goal in one of our friendlies. So I can't say that it doesn't exist in FM17. I do have visible proof that it is possible. But still, it's never happened to us in a meaningful situation where we've scored a free kick goal. Anyway, Josh Payne is the goalkeeper I've been playing, but you know, as you can see, his fitness is up to 90%, so that's good for him. But you know, we're not going to really deal with that at the moment. Is there anything we do want to deal with tactic-wise? I mean, we controlled things pretty well. We've got control on. Let's set them for work the ball in the box. I don't think we need to get stuck in or anything like that because we've been controlling the match anyway, so we'll just see if we can get a little more patient offensively, work the ball in the box. I mean, we're not, like I said, we're not good at long shots anyway. Bonner gets a head on it to no avail. Uh-oh, they're behind the defense. Zimmerman's going to catch up. Nope. Van de Castile with the sliding tackle. That could have been costly. But he is a scrappy little dude, so, you know, that was a good tackle. Got to give it to him there. There's Acosta leading the counterattack here. Bonner, see what he can do with it. Gets it to Velasquez. Back to Bonner. Well, not much on that. He's not really a natural left footer at all. That's one of the reasons why I was hoping to get some of our other strikers who have got on loan, like Lish, because they are natural left footers. I don't really have a natural left footer to play over here on the left-hand side. So usually I just put my target man over there so that he can, you know, get across from the right back and hopefully head it into the goal or something like that. You know, because we have big target men. Although I was upset to hear today, I was listening to FM Scout has a new podcast. What do they call it? Talking Balls, which is kind of an unfortunate name, but I'm sure you appreciate the humor in it. But yeah, one of the guys on there was saying that the height and weight stats don't matter. Like they don't come into play. It's all about the stats, like the heading and all that stuff. And I don't know about that, because I've experienced shorter players getting the, you know, getting outplayed. You know, shorter, smaller players getting outplayed by bigger players, but it could just come down to the stats of the strength and jumping reach and that kind of stuff. Ooh, there's a pass to Akindele. Get it to Bonner. Get it. No. What was that? He just launched that into the crowd. It was like he was giving away a free t-shirt or something. Come on now. Akindele. Oh, okay. You're coming out. You're coming out, buddy. I don't do this very often. I'm not a performance-based substituter, which might be a bad thing. I'm more of a fitness-based substituter, but yeah, I'm going to take him out. Bring in Alcantara. Yeah, I'll let him be the advanced forward. That's fine. Anything? Oh, Cole needs to come out. I can put in Hollingshead. Or I could switch Acosta around and get Escobedo in there. Yeah, we'll do that. That might shake Acosta up a little bit. He's looking frustrated. So maybe if he runs down the other side of the field, that'll give him a new perspective on life. Escobedo's feeling poorly, so we'll give him a passionate talk here. Passionately, I think there's much to come from you. I completely believe you've got what it takes. All right, he looked happy. Seems in a positive mood. There we go. All these guys need is a little positive reinforcement, and they'll be ready to play. All right, here they are on the counterattack. This is no good. Oof, our defense is just not looking up to standard right now. I'm going to take a drink of tea. There we go. All right. So, yeah, one of the FM Scout guys was saying that the stats don't matter, and I don't like that because I kind of pay attention to how tall these guys are and how big they are. Maybe it's just for fun. Maybe it's just in my head, but I'm going to have to take a look and see if that really has any kind of difference. I guess I've seen Washington get out jumped by guys, so if he can get out jumped, then anybody can get out jumped at his size. There can't be many players in the league taller or bigger than he is. What is happening over there on that side of the field? It's Acosta again. My man, what are you doing? You're supposed to be one of our best players. Searle, can you make the play out wide to Escobedo? Here we go. One of our new substitute. Sort of crosses it. They're really packing in the defense. There we go. Uloa. He really is our MVP this season. Now that he's back from injury, he can start having a greater effect on our season. But he just comes up with the big plays. Like right there. Nice job. Oh, I like how they had their retired numbers up on the side of the grandstands there. That's a cool touch. All right, so 80 minutes gone. We got a substitute left. Is there anybody we want to bring out? We could bring out Van de Castile for Kitchen. It's not really a reason to do that. I think I'll take out Zimmerman just to avoid any kind of injury with him. He's still coming back from that injury, so we'll sub him out of there. I think he's past the 60-minute mark where they're supposed to play less than 60 minutes. I think he's free to play the full game now. But no need to take chances in a game that's essentially meaningless, but we want to get these guys in the mindset of competing and winning. We don't have a lot of season left for them to mess around. Oh, there's an injury to Perez on their team. That's what we wanted to avoid. So 85 minutes gone. Just playing ping pong at center field here. See if there's Perez with his injury. They reversed it to the far side of the field. Gonzalez down the sideline. Centers it into Bowl with the goal. Bowl with the goal. Ties it up. 86 minutes gone. We're going to tie these jokers again. That's just kind of unfortunate. I mean, this is fairly close to our #1 team too, so it just doesn't bode well for this season. There's something missing this season. I don't know if it's the injuries that have just caused us to get out of sync. There's Acosta sending it in, but again, you can see we're just not in sync at all. Escobedo fires one wide. Guess that was a deflection, so we'll get a corner out of it, but we're just not playing in sync. Not playing in unison. Maybe I need to work on our teamwork. There's Johnson going for the header. I've noticed that goalkeepers usually win those battles. If it's goalkeeper versus header, it's usually goalkeeper wins. And I'm sure otherwise there'd be so many garbage goals in this game. It'd be ridiculous. Here's Acosta playing it forward, nobody there. Searle out wide to Escobedo. Escobedo's been involved, but his crosses have been god-awful. I mean, his crosses have mostly gone into the hind end of a lot of defenders and ricocheted harmlessly away. There's Acosta keeping that from being a more dangerous play. Uloa again making plays to Alcantara. There's Velasquez. There's our man. The guy we've been missing for all these weeks, perhaps even months. Very good at that advanced playmaker role. Nice pass from Alcantara. Velasquez getting forward on the attack. Nice upper deck shot. The goalkeeper got a hand on it, but he couldn't stop it. All right, so 90 minutes gone, 3 minutes of stoppage. Let's just try to not let them get the equalizer. Is there anything we can do about this instruction-wise? It's probably too late at this point. Go control, I guess. Or, I mean, the opposite of that. We'll go counter. And, yeah, we won't get stuck in just because we want to avoid the yellow cards at this point. Ulloa's got a yellow card, so no need for him to get a second one. Gonzalez saves the easy header. All right, minute down, 2 minutes to go. There's Acosta with a nice tackle. Gets it to Alcantara. Alcantara down the right sideline. That's where he's comfortable. Not a good cross. We're definitely more of an up-the-middle attacking team. Let's see, Johnson beats Bowl. That's some nice speed from a central defender there. You know, taking on their striker stride for stride. Good job there. Hidalgo out wide to Gonzalez, sends it in. Searle with the header. 2 minutes down, 1 minute of stoppage time to go. Let's see if we can hold out for our first Champions League win of the season. Rodriguez plays one wide to Comunicaciones, gathers it in. Hidalgo up to Kyle. He fires one wide. That was a very ill-advised shot. We'll take all the ill-advised shots you can get, if I'm being truthful. All right, 30 seconds left to go. Gonzalez going to take his time on the goal kick. You know, I see other people's videos. I watch a lot of these YouTubers who play Football Manager, and a lot of people do a lot of cool stuff, you know, with intros and music and graphics and like all this stuff, and I'm very impressed. But I honestly don't see myself doing that stuff, so I don't know what I'm gonna do about it. A nice victory, well done. I think the only thing I can do is just try to be more entertaining. That's one of the reasons I'm doing this in the first place, because I'm on some other podcasts, some non-video game related podcasts, and I just want to get used to talking on the mic more and being more expressive with my voice. Because in my day job, I probably mentioned this before, my day job, it doesn't allow me to really have a lot of inflection in my voice. I got to be very calm in my voice and soothing to people, and like, you know, they call for tech support or whatever, not tech support, but you know, the equivalent of tech support, I guess. I'm not explaining that very well because my job is kind of weird, but I help people and they need to be calmed down. And so I need to speak to them calmly instead of monotone, and it messes with my radio voice, if such a thing exists within me, which it doesn't. But, you know, I'm trying to improve on that, and hopefully just by doing series like this day after day after day, it'll help. You might not be hearing any results, but I think I do incrementally. I'm getting a little better. So I guess all I can do is try to improve on that, be more interesting, more whatever, more engaged, more engaging, and yeah, try to entertain the masses. Anyway, we've got from the Frisco, Texas Soccer latest, a very, very, very local paper. Apparently, Tom Alvarez is enthusiastic and friendly. I mean, he should be if he's in our hometown. But anyway, you've managed to extend FC Dallas an impressive run over Comunicaciones. How do you feel about that particular record? I guess I was pleased with the result. It's nice to keep things going whenever possible. Comunicaciones were angered the referee awarded you a controversial penalty kick. Do you think the referee made the right decision? Yes, I do. That was one hell of a tackle. I mean, he got crushed right next to the goal, so that's fine. It takes a lot to bring Bonner down. He's a big dude. Let's see. If that matters. Maybe it doesn't matter anymore, according to some people. But we'll see. I believe it matters, and that's all that counts. Let's see. Are you concerned by Morelli's general lack of playtime with Indy 11? I mean, I guess if I had known that, I would have taken him off loan. But he's not going to stick around with this team much longer anyway, so I'd prefer him to be playing. But whatever, who cares? Let's see. Would you consider recalling him? No. We haven't discussed that. Velasquez's dramatic late goal was something of a savor. What did you think of that moment? That's what soccer is all about, a joy to behold. This is a long interview. Can you explain Akindele's bad day in front of goal? Man, he did have a bad day, didn't he? He was like all over the map. Even the best players have bad days someday. All right, so Ulloa impresses. Somebody was there scouting for Zimmerman and Acosta for the next USA team. Oh, USA's got a new boss, Jesse Marsh. 44-year-old American coach. Didn't he coach? Who did he coach last? Was it like Seattle or something like that? What's this guy's history? No, Chivas. Before that, Chicago. He hasn't done much since 2009. How did he get the USA job in the year 2018 after 9 years of not coaching? I don't know. Sounds like shenanigans going on right there. I guess I should have applied for the job. I didn't know it was open. Are there any... I'm just rambling on now. Ooh, look at all these jobs available. Filters, not all jobs, just head coach. Not a lot of head coach jobs available, like none. Alright, that's fine. I don't want a new job anyway. What I do want to do is look at the schedule and see where we're at again. So we have those 4 road games to worry about. Then our last Champions League game against Toronto, and then our finale against Seattle. So we'll be back for that finale against Seattle. I don't think we'll bother with the Champions League game since it's all for naught. So I'll see you then. Bye.